Hello guys, so this is Sri. So this is one of the very short video going to be published in my channel, and this topic quite interesting as well. I recently came to know about this while working on one of the system. So let's say in MySQL, if we have any hanging thread or any blocking thread, we may in the situation of killing the thread ID, right? So, yeah, so we just killing the thread ID and we are allowing the victim transaction to be processed or any kind of situation, maybe some burst of connection, we may kill something, right? So usually we use the kill statement from my point, my experience I'm telling, but I'm not sure how you're doing. But we have two queries, which is one is kill and another one is kill query, right? We have two of the statements. So, l- so in this video, we are going to see uh, what is the difference between these two. Difference between kill and kill query, and what could be the impact of that. So yeah, so you may if you do not aware of this before, you may get surprised on doing this. And if you are keep regularly you are using kill query statement, you need this video. I think you need to understand what is happening inside the MySQL when we are doing this. Okay. So the short overview is kill means it will kill the entire session. Kill query means it will just the SQL statement. Okay. So yeah, as I mentioned, this is important to understand. Yeah, let's see the brief demo about it. And before going to the demo, I would also like to explain one more thing. So we are going to use the same server, prod DC1 and prod DC1 only. I just created the two sessions here. Okay. Oh man, let me start the MySQL service here. Mm, okay, so it gets started, and I'm going to use the schema tree, and there I already created one table which is T1. Select star from T1. Okay. So these are the data I have. There are just 5 rows. Okay. Uh, Now, I just wanted to see because for this demo I need to kill some query, but my table size is very small. So when I'm doing some update, it will be really quick, right? So I do not have time to kill and show the difference between kill and kill query. So what I created is I created one SQL statement. For example, like we know this, right? Select sleep of 5, which means what happened? It will just wait for 5 seconds and it will print the 0, right? As the output. Yeah. So here you can see this is 0. So now let's see plus 4, which means what happened? It will just wait for 5 seconds. Then it will get addition with 0 plus 4. The result will be 4. This is interesting, right? So we are just going to use this logic. For example, I'm going to update T1 set ID equal to within the bracket select sleep of sleep of uh, say 5 plus 4, right? Plus 4, then where ID equal to 400, right? Let me explain this, execute this. See, this is simple update, but it is running for some 5 seconds, right? Because we used this here. So the select sleep off statement will execute. That will with 5 seconds, then it will addition with 0 plus 4 as I show here. The select whatever value given within the select sleep of that should return 0. Then 0 plus 4, we will get this 4, right? So here what happened? Set ID equal to, which means here 0 plus 4, which means 4. where ID equal to 400, right? Now let's see, select star from T1. You can see now we have 4 instead of 400, right? Yeah. So this is just I created to make this update, keep this update running for a long time. Okay. So that we can kill from the other session for our demo purpose. Okay. So this makes sense, right? Fine. Now let's come to the topic. So we are going to using something like that. So I just wanted to show that. Okay. Select star from T1. Now we have this value. First, let's try how the select kill query is working. Okay. Let's see about it. So to explain that, I'm just beginning one transaction. Maybe before that, select connection underscore ID. It will tell my connection ID, which connection ID for is me. I mean for me. For example, if you give show process list, yeah, this 11. This is my connection ID. We can get it from by executing this select connection underscore ID of. Okay, fine. Now let's create one transaction. Begin update T1 set ID equal to 400 where ID equal to 4. Okay. So MySQL is by default auto commit, right? So we just started the transaction explicitly, so it will not auto commit. Okay. Until I do commit or stop transaction, it will not commit. Okay. Begin where ID equal to 4. So I just run this update. But this update is not committed yet. Okay, I just ran this update. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the update to update. I set ID equal to 300. Maybe yeah. Let's do. I set ID equal to this approach we did. Select sleep off plus 300. Let's do sleep for some 30 seconds. 300 where ID equal to 4. So what happened? What I'm doing going to update. I'm updating the T1 table ID equal to just 300 because whatever select sleep of value 100 or 1000 whatever, anyway it is going to return 0. So this part will come 0. 0 plus 300 which is 300, which means ID equal to 300 where ID equal to 3. I'm going to run this update. Okay. So within the same transaction, I started this update first. That is completed. Now I am triggering one more update. Okay. Now let me execute this. Yeah. Now my update is executing. It is keep executing because select 30, sleep of 30, right? Now let me do show process list in the other session again. Here you can see my 11th ID is there. Now I am going to do kill query 11. Okay. Uh, See kill query 11. I just killed it. Okay, kill query 11. I killed it. I used kill query. Okay. And here you can see what it was telling. Query execution was interrupted. Query execution was interrupted. Right. Now let me do another update. That is for ID equal to 5 and I am setting to 500. Okay, I'm setting to 500. It is completed. Now I am doing commit and let me do select star from T1. You can see the value 400 and 500. These two are processed. So now let me add few points here. So I started the transaction begin. I ran one update that is completed, but my within the same transaction, my second SQL got failed, right? My second SQL got failed. And then the third SQL got passed. That SQL got passed. And when I'm finally doing commit, my third SQL value and first SQL value both are updated 400 and 500, which is at the end I can see these two values. And the second one was failed because I manually killed this particular SQL statement, not the session. Okay, with the kill query, I will, when I am using kill query command, like kill query command, it will just kill the SQL statement, not the entire session. Okay, so here this is something like we know the ACID property, right? Within the same transaction, all the SQL statement should be completed successfully. Otherwise, it should be rolled back, right? But here, uh, even with the second SQL statement failed, we are able to continue with the transaction, right? So this is something um, uh, does not meet the I mean the A, I mean atomicity, right? Like so this is expected. This is the expected scenario. So where your application should be designed whenever there is a failure of the SQL statement, it should properly detect it and it should roll back the transaction. You should design your application in that way. Okay. So here, yeah, so this is about how the kill query is working. So the main thing I just wanted to show here is kill query will just kill the SQL statement, not the entire session. Okay, fine. Now let's do rollback on this quickly. I'm just going to set ID equal to 5. So, and same thing, fire the 400 to 4. Okay, and do select star from T1. Now we have the previous values. Fine. Now let's experiment the other one, kill statement. Okay, and also okay, I will show the different later. So now it's the same thing. Begin, and I'm running the update. Uh, Update to T1, set ID equal to 400, where ID equal to 4. So this comes to 400. Running the same update statement, this one. So here again the sleep of 30 seconds, right? Let me run this. It is running. Now here, let me do show process list and kill. What is this? The session ID 11. Kill 11. So instead of kill query 11, now I am doing kill 11. So here you can see after doing kill 11, lost connection to server during the query execution, right? But previously what it was showing, query execution was interrupted. So when you do use kill query thread ID, then it should show kill query executed was interrupted, execution was interrupted. When you just use kill thread ID, then it, as I mentioned, kill will completely terminate the session. So you lost the connection to the server, right? You lost the connection to the server. Now let's execute the same flow. So 400, then I am doing for the set ID. No, set ID equal to 500, where ID equal to 5. I did executed this and just doing commit. Okay, just what I did for the previously, I'm executing the same. Now let's do the select star from T1. So here you can see previously what happened? 400 and 500. Just from overall the three SQL statement, the middle statement was skipped, right? Now what happened? You can see only the updated value for 500, right? 500, which is the last we executed after this update failure with the last connection. Now let me try what is happening here. So first the begin was executed and this I started the transaction. Then I did the update for this 4 equal to 400, right? I said to 400 for where ID equal to 4. Then what I did, I executed this statement and I killed using kill thread ID, not kill query thread ID, just kill thread ID, which means it will kill the entire session Then what happened when the entire session is getting killed, it will roll back the previous transaction. I mean, it will roll back the ongoing transaction. Okay, because this transaction is not completed yet. It will complete when I give rollback or commit, right? It is not completed yet. But when I'm killing the thread ID, it will lose the connection. It will, I mean, the session is completely terminated, and so it will roll back the changes, which means this ID, we set ID equal to 400 and where ID equal to 4, right? Those, this should be rollback. This SQL statement should be rollback, and this should be, anyway, this we already killed, right? Those, and this should be rollback, right? So that you can see 4 here, not 400. Okay, because this is rollback. And when this happens, it will retry the new connection. Okay, when this last connection happened, that session is terminated. Then when I'm trying to establish the new connection by executing some query, it will create a new connection ID, which is 13. Okay, we killed 11. The previous thread ID was 11. So when I'm trying to run this update statement again, it will create a new connection, which is now 13, and it is completed. And even this commit is not needed because the existing connection is, which I created this begin, is already rolled back, right? Even so when I'm doing this update, this is completely go with the auto commit, MySQL auto commit, because I did not initiate the begin after the new connection ID generated, right? So this will go for the auto commit. So this update is completed where ID equal to 500, where ID equal to 5. So you can see the updated value here. And even this commit is not needed. Okay, just executed to follow the flow. That's it. Okay, so you got the, I think this makes sense, right? So just wanted to show this difference between the kill and kill query and how it is impacted, and what is the difference. And we need to be aware, and we need to be very careful on using these statements, right? Because one is going to terminate the entire session and the other one is can create the inconsistency within the transaction, right? So we should be aware of it and make sure that your applications are, so it should be, but yeah, so just guidance like make sure in case of any error within the transaction, your application should replay it. Okay, replay it or maybe rollback based on your application thing. You need to design that. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully this video helpful. And again, as usual, please subscribe my channel and share the channel with your friends. And if you have any topics suggestion, please get it commented or reach me on the message or whatever. Okay. And yeah, bye. Thank you. See you on the next video very quickly. I think within a week, this is my second video. So hopefully, I am also thinking to continue to put more videos in the channel. So I'm looking for the interesting topics, whatever you suggest, maybe in the latest technologies or um, some challenging thing, we can do that. I am also trying to get into the live sessions, maybe weekly once on Saturday night or Sunday night. Probably we you can expect that very quickly. Cool again. Yeah, thank you very much. Please, I need your suggestions, recommendations, all this, like topic recommendation. So whatever you have, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you very much.